Never giving up on this love. Never giving up on this love. Never giving up. You're all I'm thinking of. Mhm. For those of you that are Aaliyah fans, Aaliyah stans, are fans of Aaliyah and all of those things, you all would know the record Never Giving Up off her One in a Million album, which featured a male singer by the name of Taris Polk. Well, if you don't know anything about him, if you don't know anything about the song, but if you fuck it. If you know about their record and you know about that guy's voice that was on their record, then I have some sad news to let you guys know about. Now, while I was sitting on Twitter, just, browsing down my timeline, I saw from an Aaliyah fan page that this guy, Taris Polk, who was singing the duet with Aaliyah, Never Giving Up, has passed on. I don't know what happened to him. No one's saying what happened to him. And I found his Facebook page as well. And yes, it is indeed true that Mr. Polk has passed away. So rest in peace to you, Tavares. Before I started this live, I was playing a song. It's like I said, it's on the One in a Million album, and it's called Never Giving Up. Okay, that's the name of the record. One of Aaliyah's best vocals, one of her best records. And I think that you should listen to it. Okay, it's a slept-on classic, in my opinion. Okay, so make sure you guys listen to that. And on top of that, if you listen to the record, you wouldn't even know that boy was 13, 14 years old singing that song like that. Like, for real. Like, he was very, very young singing that song. So, rest in peace to him. Okay. Now, what we're gonna do is get into the church announcement first, and then we're gonna go ahead and get into what we're here to talk about, because we got a couple of topics to discuss tonight. Okay, so first things first. Okay, tomorrow is the chasing panel. Every Thursday night is the chasing panel. We will be going live right after the season finale of Chasing Dallas. And then on Friday, we will be back for another helping of the Chasing Panel, because it is going to be the Chasing Panel after dark. So make sure you guys tune in to that, okay? And it will be a members only. So if you have not joined my membership, please go ahead and do so right now, because that is the only way you'll be able to see the Chasing Panel after dark, with all 6 of us featuring Miss Nikki. All right, so make sure you guys get into it. And Nikki is a friend of Jamar, Tramiel, and Carl's and Eyes. Okay, so we're almost at 100 people in the chat. Okay, because you guys do know that my whole goal is to get 100 people in every single chat. My elbows look ashy, but they're not. It's only due to the damn lighting, honey. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get into it, because like I said, we got a couple of things to discuss tonight. We had 92 people. The goal, as I said, is always to have at least 100 plus in every single live. All right. Now, let's go ahead and get into the first story. Now, the first story is not even a part of what I got listed for the things that I'm going to talk about. I just thought this was a pretty interesting story, and I wanted to know what you guys thought about this particular story. Now, it's about a woman. It's like a viral story, right? And it's about a woman who says that her adoptive father confessed that he's in love with her after raising her since she was 6 years old. Y'all heard me right. This woman is mortified that her adoptive father confessed that he was in love with her after raising her since she was 6 years old. She took to TikTok to tell that story, and we're going to hear about this story right now. So let's go ahead and get into it right now. There we go. We had 100 people already. Let's get into it, y'all.
I don't even know where to start, but I'm probably going to start with the most traumatic, which my adopted dad, that was the most traumatic. And get this, listen. Okay, so when he came over to my apartment to tell me that day. He rang me up and he called me and he's like, hey, can I come over and talk to you? And I was like, okay, sure. Had a gut feeling. Think that I'm crazy? Swear to God. Had a gut feeling. Get off the phone with him. I'm anticipating his arrival. I'm peeping through the blinds. I have this gut feeling. I'm sick to my stomach. Then I hear, I go sit down, hear the car door slam. Go look out the window, see him walking up. I know what the fuck he's going to say. I know what he's going to say. And you're like, oh, Laura, how'd you know what he was going to say? Because he did weird shit my entire life. And I gaslit myself into thinking that maybe it wasn't weird because I didn't have a dad. So I didn't know what that relationship was really like. Okay, so I lived on the second story. He had to walk up 2 flights of stairs, knocked on my door. I'm sweating. Like my anxiety is so bad. I let him in. He sits down on one couch. Well, he's pacing a little bit, sits down on one couch. I'm sitting down on the other couch. And he's crying. And to think of my adopted dad was born in the 60s. He was a country guy. He was like, you know how guys from the 60s are, how old dudes from the 60s are. So I think I maybe saw him cry once ever. So I thought he was having a mental breakdown and he couldn't even speak. And I was like, say it. I was like, just say it. Say what you're going to say. Almost coercing it out of him because I was afraid that he wasn't going to say it. And I wanted to know what he was going to fucking say. I really should have recorded it, but. So he says, Laura, I'm in love with you. Look at me dead in the eyes with tears rolling down his fucking face. Knowing me, literally, I'm going to have to show a picture of me whenever I was 6 years old. But I was like, he's known me since I was as tall as my fucking knee. He's like, Laura, I'm in love with you. And I was like, oh, I love you too. And he's like, no, I mean, I'm in love with you. I would love to marry you. I'm telling you, I'm freaking the fuck out in here. But it is also giving me clarification on everything that has happened throughout my time knowing him since I was 6 years old. I blacked out after that. I fucking blacked the fuck out. I remember him asking me, because I lived 5 or 6 blocks away from my childhood home that I grew up in. Fuck. I remember him asking me to dinner because it was the weekend. They were a horrible family, but one thing that they generally did was Sunday dinners or whatever. So he asked me to dinner, and I'm sure I said yeah or something like that. And then he walked out of my house, and I locked every fucking lock on that door, and I went into my fucking bedroom, and I locked that door, and I hid under my blankets, and I fucking sobbed my eyes out. I was hyperventilating. I was freaking out. I was in there for over an hour before I was able to do anything else than that. And I texted my sister. At the time, I was married to a man. But anyway, I texted my ex-husband, and I was like, you're not going to believe this. If you don't believe this, I'm going to fucking leave you because this is fucked up. So I texted him everything. And before I gave him a chance to even read it or respond, I was like, no, fuck this. I need to talk to somebody. So I call him and I tell him every single fucking detail. Mind you, my ex-husband was not a good man either. That's another story, an equally as traumatizing story. But anyway, I was on the phone with him and he was just he's like, Laura, you must be confused. Imagine a man sticking up for another fucked up man. But he's like, Laura, you have to be confused. There's got to be some. And he knows my history with these people and my adopted dad. But he's literally like, no, you're confused. There's no way. I hang up on him. I call the most important person in my world, which is my little sister. And I tell her, and she's freaking the fuck out too, because she has fucked up experiences. I literally don't even know where to start, but I'm probably.
When I tell you that is some of the weirdest I have ever heard in my whole motherfucking life. That shit is weird. Okay? It is fucking weird. Now, before I even say anything, I want to know what y'all are thinking in the comments first before I say anything about this. Because I see some of y'all thinks that this is a bunch of BS. I see that. Some of y'all are disgusted by the story. But these type of things really do happen. So it's not that far-fetched that she's saying that this happened to her. Like, I think that that is the most weirdest, most craziest that I have ever heard or seen in my entire life. Now, one of the questions that I got is where the fuck was her mama at? It's a damn. Where was her mama? You know what I'm saying? Like, what happened to her? Like, what's the tea with her mama? Like, did her mama, like, was her mama even alive or something? Like, did she lose her mom? Was she taken away from her mom? Like, things like that. Like, what happened? And did her mom even know that her father was even doing it to her? You know what I'm saying? And for him to come and say, I'm in love with you. I'm in love with you. Like, you raised me since I was 6 years old, and you coming up here telling me some bullshit like that? What the? That's some girl. I don't know what to say, but that's some crazy stuff. Um, let me see. Somebody. So let's look at some of the comments on the neighborhood talk, so I can let y'all know what some of these people are thinking about. Because like watching this was the first time I've ever seen this, so I could be missing some context, but that was my first time seeing it. But I'm guessing this was on TikTok. Um, and for her to have a gut feeling shows that he's been doing weird ish her whole life. Her adoptive mom passed. Okay, that makes sense. And the fact that her ex-husband defended him. Well, ain't shit ass niggas gonna defend ain't shit ass niggas. What do you expect? I'm guessing I guess he adopted her as a married man. Men don't typically adopt people while single. That man is a weirdo. This ish just triggered me. Okay, let's look at the comments in the neighborhood talk. Imagine being comfy in your home and your caretaker is viewing you in another image. Sickening. The things this man could have seen / done pertaining to her. I have so many questions, but wow. Then someone said, I bet the mom acted oblivious the whole time. Mm. Let me see. She had the gut feeling because she's always felt uncomfortable around him. Someone else says that's sick because that means he was attracted to her when she was a minor and no telling how old she was when them feelings came. That's not right. And that's one thing that I always ask people as an adult. What is it about a child that you could ever find attractive? Because what? What the I could never. Could never, will never, won't ever. All that weird. I could never. I could. Like that's just weird to me. But y'all, I just felt like opening up tonight's Yes for the Mess with the viral story. Or whatever. But yeah, that was crazy. I hope that doesn't deter y'all away from the rest of the show. But I thought that was important to talk about because child molestation and things like that should be talked about. You know what I'm saying? And for her to even sense something about this man just goes to show you that he been on some weirdo from the very beginning, even from the time that she was brought into that life, into that family. He was already looking at her in a way that he shouldn't have been looking at her. Okay. So yes, honey. Okay. It's a hot ass mess. That's what I do know. But however, we're gonna go ahead and get into the show and get into the topics that we got down for tonight's show. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into it, honey. All right. All right. So let's get into the first story of the night, the first real story of tonight, and that is Miss Chrisean. Now, I ain't talked about her and God knows how long because I made it a point to never ever talk about her ass on my platform again because I just feel like we've all been talking about her a little bit too much. And I was just tired of just talking about her in Blueface every single day, every little thing that people be doing. Every little thing that they be doing, you know what I'm saying? We were talking about it. And I was tired of talking about them. Just being real. I was sick of talking about them. But now we're going to talk about her today. And apparently, Chrisean is sentenced to jail time over her altercation where James Wright claimed that she chipped his tooth and bloodied his nose. And this is coming from the neighborhood talk, of course. So this is what was said. According to TMZ, Chrisean was sentenced to 12 months probation and 30 days in jail as a result of the altercation that happened at Tamar Braxton's show in November. If you can recall, Wright says that Chrisean was upset because she thought she was performing at the show, but she wasn't. After feeling like she'd been played, Wright alleged that Chrisean punched him in the face with her rings on and chipped his tooth and injured his nose. Per the report, she is forbid being 100 yards within Wright and the Lucky Strike bowling alley in downtown Los Angeles where the altercation went down. She's also facing charges in Oklahoma, and she is currently sitting in jail at this very moment. I'm not happy with this. And I'm going to tell y'all why I'm not. I'm not happy with this because I personally feel like Chrisean deserves more than 30 days in jail. And I'm not taking it back. I personally feel like her ass deserves more than 30 damn days in jail for real. Because like you just because you don't get your way, they don't give you no right to put your hands on some motherfucking body. Like, girl, are you fucking crazy? Are you stupid? You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't put your hands on people just because you don't get your way. So no, them 30 days is not enough for me. Girl, y'all should have gave her them damn 12 months probation that you gave her should have been her whole damn jail sentence, to be honest. Okay? She does not need to be she need to be off the street for more than 30 days. Now, Storm Monroe, shout out to him. Love me some Storm. Storm said 30 days is nothing, but staying out of trouble for 12 months is going to be the real challenge. And I guess, you know what I'm saying? I guess if that is the case, then, you know, he does have a point there. You know, 30 days ain't enough, but her trying to stay out of trouble for 12 months is the real challenge, as Storm Monroe would say. And that may be the truth here. I see what Storm is saying. You know, we may not like the 30-day sentence. We may feel like it's not enough, but her trying to be out of trouble for 1 year is going to be a challenge. And it is going to be a challenge because all she knows is trouble. She don't know how to do anything but get in trouble. She don't know how to do anything but run amok in the palace. That's all she knows how to do. Now, after them 30 days of jail is over with and she got to stay out of trouble for 1 year, watch her non-tooth having ass go back to jail. Watch it happen. And furthermore, where's your child? Who got your baby? Because I damn sure hope it ain't Blueface. I hope it ain't Carlissa. Who got your child? Is your mama any good? I'm just saying, is your mama any good? Because that child don't stand a chance. Well, none of y'all. You, Blueface, Carlissa, none of y'all, honey, don't stand a chance. So I'm just trying to understand what's really going on here. Oh, and by the way, ain't Blueface locked up too? Ain't he in jail? So you mean to tell me that this baby got two convicted parents in jail at the same damn time, as Future would say? That child did Lord have mercy, that child didn't stand a chance. I told y'all that when the child first came along. Because remember, hell, when she was pregnant with the damn child, she would be on live, getting drunk, smoking weed, all that stuff on live while she pregnant. I feel bad for that child. Somebody to take that child and put it in a foster home or something. Somebody. Because Blueface and Chrisean, they are not no damn fit parents. Blue's daddy said they ain't taking the baby, and her BFF got the baby. Her friend who always has the baby came and got him. Okay, baby, them people should have been took that baby. Exactly. Poor baby might end up like Remy's son. These generational curses are real, and they are. And a lot of people look to us, our generation. When I say our generation, like the 30-year-olds, the 20, 30-year-olds and things like that, they look up to us to break those generational curses. Because I come from a dysfunctional family. My mother's side, they don't talk to each other at all. And they be looking to us as the kids of the family to bring everything back together. But some things are so far gone that you can't even try to fix that battle. It's over with. And I think that child deserves better. And that child does not deserve to be put in harm's way. Because being coming out of Chrisean's cooch and being placed in her arms was being put in harm's way, in my opinion. Chrisean didn't want no child, and she didn't need no motherfucking child. And that's just it. It's ridiculous, honestly. But I'm glad she in jail. But like I said, I do think that she deserved more time, if you ask me. More time. More time than what she's received is what I do know. Because Chrisean is a mess, and she's famous for being a mess. Like, people praise her for being a mess. People don't want you saying nothing about her. Like, they make all kinds of excuses for the likes of Chrisean. But at the same time, they don't give other people that same grace. You feel what I'm saying? So why the hell does she deserve all this damn grace, but don't nobody else deserve it? Like, Chrisean has shown herself to be a motherfucking fool, a ratchet ass idiot. That's what she's shown herself to be. And I don't see why anybody else would be trying to make any excuses for her at all. She, like I said, she needs to stay in jail for longer than 30 days. But that's just my opinion. So we're going to move on to the next story. And the next story is Mr. Justin Timberlake, who has recently gone to jail, honey. Okay, now let me put this up here. So, not only was he, arrested for driving while intoxicated, this was his mug shot. That was released after he got the DUI. Now I'm reading this article from TMZ. This was the original article from TMZ, and this is what was stated, honey. Okay, so the article reads, okay, Justin Timberlake arrested in New York for DWI. Okay, so where's the original one at? Okay, so it said that Justin Timberlake got lit up by the cops in New York and was taken in for a DWI, TMZ has learned. A rep from the Sag Harbor Police Department tells us that the singer is currently in custody at their station. As SHPD wouldn't disclose more information at this time, but TMZ has confirmed that he was arrested for drinking while intoxicated, okay? Sources connected to the law enforcement tells TMZ that Justin was at the American Hotel party, and then almost immediately after he left, began driving. We were told that he blew a stop sign. Cops saw that and began to follow him. We were told that Justin began swerving and the cops pulled him over. Our sources say cops performed a field sobriety test and asked Justin to take a breathalyzer, but he refused. We're also told that several of Justin's friends came on the scene and tried to convince the cops to cut him a break, but they refused. Justin was handcuffed and arrested, and we're told that it's all on body cam. Justin was just arraigned and released without bail, and he has been charged with 1 count of DWI and cited for running a stop sign and failure to keep in his lane. The next court date is on July the 26th. He's been repped by criminal defense lawyer Ed Burke Jr. As for the traffic stop, law enforcement tells TMZ that cops observed Justin glazy-eyed and said that they smelled the alcohol on his breath. They said he failed the field sobriety test and was asked to do a one-legged stand and a walk and a turn. Okay. TMZ obtained a police report tied to Justin Timberlake's arrest, and the cops spell out exactly what they saw while Justin was on the road. Per the doc, Sage Harbor Police said that they spotted Justin after he blew past the stop sign a little more than a half mile away from the American Hotel where he left a get-together with friends. Cops say that that's when they started following Justin, at which point they claim that he failed to stay in a straight lane on the road, taking him about a half a mile before they finally hit the lights. Justin was eventually pulled over at an intersection, which is in a residential area, mind you. And at that point, cops say that they suspected that he was under the influence. The signs that cops cite for their determination: bloodshot, glazy eyes, a strong odor of an alcohol beverage coming from his breath, unable to divide attention, slow speech, and unsteady of foot. And cops go on to say that he performed poorly on all field sobriety tests. One last thing. The cops claimed that Justin said, "I had one martini and I followed my friends home." There was no mention of Justin's friends intervening in this police report. But we're told that friends of his attempted to intervene during this stop, asking him to cut him a break. So here's the thing. I never understand why people get drunk and get in a car and go and try to drive themselves home. Uh, isn't that what Uber and Lyft is for? Or get somebody to drive you. Okay, get somebody to drive you and your ass all on tour and shit, and you out here drinking and driving. Like, that don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? I ain't here to judge, but what I do know is when I know that I'm about to go out and have me a little drink and get full, I ain't driving. Sorry, gotta scratch my back. But I ain't driving. I'm telling y'all that right now. I'm not driving if I know that I'm finna get fucked up. I ain't driving. I'm not driving. And then your friends there. Why they just didn't take your ass home? Why didn't one of your friends get in the car with you and drive the car? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it. Because like I said, if I'm with my friends and we finna get fucked up and I know that we finna get, wasted and stuff, I'm not driving. It's just that simple because I'm the one that get wasted all the time. I'm the drunk. I'm the one that's always on that alcohol. You know what I'm saying? And let's be real. When I'm in Atlanta, Jamal always driving. First of all, because I don't like driving other people's car. And number two, like if he know he finna get fucked up and we both finna get fucked up, then baby, at the end of the day, we catching a Lyft or an Uber because we not getting on no highway. We just not finna do it. We did that shit one time, okay? One time. Let me tell y'all real quick. Me and Jamal went to this club called Mix, right? This was back in November. We went to the club. We went to Club Mix because Bando invited us out, right? Bando bought like these double shots of Casamigos, and I choked on one of them because they were so strong. They were big ass shots too. And I took like all three of those shots, even though I choked on one of them, but I took all three. And, me and Bando were dancing and stuff. Jamar was standing to the side. We were having us a good time. But then, when we got in the car to leave, you feel what I'm saying? It was like, okay, we got to get back to the south side. You feel what I'm saying? And Jamar had one eye open trying to drive because he was getting drowsy due to the alcohol that we had, drunk and shit like that. So that shit was scary. But luckily we ain't hit nobody or nothing like that. So when we know we finna get drunk like that, oh baby, we not driving. Jamar not getting behind no wheel. We're not doing that. Mm-mm. So now, I don't even see how a lot of these celebrities be getting into these situations with the DUIs and things like that. Y'all, my back is like shit. Like, I don't see how they do that. But honey, them DUIs and DWIs ain't nothing to play with. Just you do know that, right? All right. So what's next up here? So the next story is Miss Pat. Miss Pat did the Breakfast Club and she called out Big Tigger for getting her and Shamia Morton fired from his morning show, okay? And says that's what happens when you work with a hater. So we're going to get into what Miss Pat said about Big Tigger and we'll be right back. Let's get into it, y'all.
To do radio, but what happened?
They quiet me.
They quiet you.
Fired me before I could quit.
Damn.
Oh, damn.
I knew that was coming from this one here. Yeah, I told them, I said, I'm gonna leave in August. And before August could get there, I was blown away. I'd never thought I was gonna get fired from that job.
So you had no idea?
No, me and Shamil didn't have no idea. No idea at all. I just knew they was gonna renew her contract and I was gonna go on by my business because I was never there. And I could never be there. But that's what happened when you work with a hater. And I'm just gonna go and say it. I don't even care because that can't nobody whoop my ass.
Who's the hater?
You know who the hater is, Tigger. Tigger's the biggest damn hater. I mean, you had a good show and you messed it up because of your ego. And I think it's because I would come in there and say, I know it because I didn't care. I said, look, I don't need a job. And it is, when you work with somebody who it's just jealousy. To me, it was jealousy. Really, I'm just gonna go and put it out there. And if you call me, we can fight in the street. it was jealousy. But I was really, when they walked me in now and they said we're not renewing your contract because I said I was leaving in August. I was so shocked. I said, y'all gonna fire me?
Wow.
Do you know these people get up to listen to me? Don't nobody listen to this crap.
Miss Pat got a hit podcast, hit TV show.
Hit TV show.
Yeah.
And you gonna fire the person who had the most going on, which was me and Shamil? You gonna leave the DJ? You want the DJ just to spin workers?
Did Tigger at least reach out to you and say thank you for it?
I blocked that nigga.
Damn.
He sure did. I said, I'm not Shamil. You don't play with me. I'm 52 years old. I don't have time to play these games with you. You're low down, you're dirty, and anybody who go over there and work for him, and the show was doing well. When I got there, they were number 15. When I left, we were 2 and 3. You gonna fire us? Nigga, you should have got fired. But keep your little show, because I ain't never needed it anyway. My team was like, why are you going over there and work for that old dead-ass station? I said, I want to work for V103. I'm from Atlanta. I want to work for V103. Don't make me wake up and take unnecessary baths. I had to get up and take a bath every morning. Yeah. Take no damn bath.
I ain't gonna lie, Miss Pat. I knew it wasn't gonna work.
Why?
When you came and did the week here, Miss Pat came and did a week here, and that's competition. And she was only supposed to come here for one day.
It was. You got me fired. Y'all got me fired.
That's what I'm talking about.
Y'all got me fired.
96-1 out there.
Oh my God. When I got back on, hell broke loose. Oh my God. You did what is that report y'all do?
The rumor report.
You did the rumor report. I said, what the hell is the rumor report? I ain't did no rumor report. They pull on the tape. I said, that's the rumor report.
I thought I was just up there talking.
I said, they just told me to set in on this. That was the rumor report.
But they gotta understand you a star outside of radio.
But she was promoting her show at the time.
I was promoting my show.
The show just came back.
I was promoting my show, and I'm always, and he would say, the show, I said, this show says your name. It does not say my name. So I worried about keeping the Miss Pat show on. That's where I make my money at. I don't make no money here.
And it's not like you wasn't shouting them out. It's not like we say, hey, don't shout out your radio show, Miss Pat.
Yeah, but it was a jealousy. You at the competition. I don't compete. I'm fat. I came over here to tell people to watch the Miss Pat show.
I don't compete. I eat. Tell them, Miss Pat.
Oh my God.
Boy. you and them rappers want to whoop your ass. Well, I'm a comedian gonna have to get him.
You have to get it. Yeah.
You was waking up to do radio, but what happened?
All right, so that was Miss Pat calling out Big Tigger for being a big fat hater. Okay, so let me ask you guys. Do y'all think that Big Tigger was being a hater? You know what I'm saying? Do y'all think that do you think that Big Tigger was jealous of her? Because that's what she also stated. She said he's a hater and he was jealous of her. And I want to know, do y'all think that he was jealous of her? That's what I want to know. Do y'all think that? I believe she too old to be lying. Now she too old to be lying. And let's not act like the people let's not act like old folks don't be lying now, because they do lie. But we're just gonna say that we don't think that she lying in this particular situation. But Do I let me see. Somebody said no, never experienced this show. No, yes. Okay, I see a couple of yes. I don't even watch whatever show she on. Her show is on BET Plus. My mama be watching her show. I've seen like 1 or 2 episodes of it, and my mama been trying to convince me to watch it for the longest. And it's not that I don't want to watch it, it's just that I'd be so in my shit, trying to do this show and stuff like that and give y'all what y'all need to get. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I don't know if Big Tigger really was jealous of Miss Pat. You know what I'm saying? Because Big Tigger been in the game for a long time. Like, I'm not gonna sit up here and diminish anything about Miss Pat because I don't really know much about her. Like, I really didn't start hearing about Miss Pat until recently, like when her show came on BT Plus and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna sit up here and say that that she ain't shit because clearly she is. People are watching her show, like my mama included. She watches it every day. But I don't know if it's a jealousy thing, but it could be an ego thing, and then the ego thing could turn into a jealousy thing. Of course, I'm in Mississippi, so I don't hear his radio show. But a lot of people did love Shamia and Miss Pat on that show. They did love them on there. And a lot of people were, and I saw a lot of people be upset that Shamia was fired from being on Big Tigger show. And they probably made the show better than what it was. I mean, sometimes people get so far into their egos and stuff that they just sit up and, diminish what other people bring. Yeah, it's your show, but you got 2 co-hosts that brings a significant amount of stuff to your show. That's just like me trying to make it sound like, Carl and Tramiel and Jeremy and T and Jamar don't bring nothing to the chasing panel because they do. Or me acting like JoJo and Maddie and Jamar and T didn't bring anything to Boys Night Out. Like that'll be a mess and that'll be a lie. You know what I mean? That'll be me trying to bring them down. But what I will say is I think Funky Dineva said that Miss Pat was mean as hell. Now I believe that's what he said. I'm not certain, but I could have sworn he blasted her ass not too long ago for being mean as shit. And as funny as she is, I could see her being mean as a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can see her being mean as shit to folks. Like, especially if she ain't getting her way or you ain't doing what you supposed to be doing or whatever. Like, I can see her getting on your ass about it. But yeah, okay, so y'all confirming what I just said. Funky Dineva did say that lady was mean. Now, Funky said that. I ain't say it. Funky said she was mean. I'm just telling y'all what he said. I ain't say it. He said it. That's all I'm saying. So who knows? But I never heard of anything bad about Tigger, like him being an asshole or anything like that. Like, nobody, like, I've always seen him as someone that was like very mellow, very nice personality and things like that. But there are people that do be talking on the internet and they be saying that, Tigger got a mean streak about him or he real sassy, so to speak. That's what the people be saying. So, like I said, I don't know how true that is. I'm just telling y'all what I heard. And I ain't saying that it's in the Bible. I ain't saying that it's true. I'm just telling you that that's what the people be saying. But, I mean, even though Funky Dineva said that Miss Pat is mean, that may not be the case for everybody in that particular situation either. I mean, some people are mean to some people and then they get a different experience. Some people get a different experience for that person. You know what I mean? Like, people, I hate to call his name in every video, but I got to use him for an example. People have negative things to say about Bando all the time. They talk about how messy he is. Oh, he a troll. He this, he that. But I don't see that person. I know he trolls, but I don't see that person. I see a whole different person than you do. I have a different experience than you do. So it is what it is. That's why it's easy for me to be where I'm at with them because I see something different than what you see. Some people give different sides to them to different people. So I don't know, but let me look at some of y'all comments up in here. No, Funky said that she's a bitch. I ain't want to say that. Funky said she'd come in the door yelling. Okay. I tried watching her show and I've seen plenty of her interviews. She's loud and rude and the bully. Oh, damn. She just seems like she does not play. Some people you cannot play with. I definitely agree with that. FD ain't nice himself. That's rich. Oh wow. I've never heard about Tigger in a negative way in the media, but okay. If it was anyone but Tigger, I would believe it. So some of y'all don't believe it. Okay. They definitely made the show better. I love me some Tammy Roman. I got turned off by too much cussing too. Well, why should Mia get fired? She seems so sweet and nice. And she on RHOA this season. Right. I love Shamia, by the way. I like it. Her and Tammy Roman are hilarious. We need Tammy Roman on the line. She's so mean and she cursed too much. She never seems happy. Funky talked about it today and said the same thing. Let me see. Some people speaking negatively about Bando would be the same. Some people speaking negatively about Bando would be the very same ones trying to flirt with him behind your back. Exactly, honey. Comedians are loud and rude, though. Get over it. I'm surprised Funky still has such a big following after he attacked Chloe Bailey. Well, some people can get away with certain stuff. Because I know if I did it, the people would not be trying to hear nothing I'm saying. And that ain't even no shade. That ain't no jealousy type of thing. That is just the truth. Because I honestly feel like if I said something out of bounds about Chloe Bailey, they would be hanging me. Like, not really hanging me, but just dragging me through the wood. Like, for real. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about it. Sometimes when you have a big following, you can pretty much get away with anything, to be honest. Like if you got if your following is like mine, like people hate it when I say I have a small following. When I say a moderate following like mine, you can't really get away with certain things. Like you can't. You know what I'm saying? So that read Funky did was priceless. I think she's rough from her past trauma. She's been through a lot. One could say that, but you know what I'm saying? It's only so many times we could excuse people's behavior because of their past trauma. Because I'm just saying that because of my own shit. Because I have a lot of past trauma too, but ain't nobody trying to make no excuses for my ass. Ain't nobody trying to say, ain't nobody trying to listen to what I'm saying. People be ready to write me off. So I don't use my past trauma as a way to, not saying that that's what you're saying that she doing, or not saying that that's what you're doing, but when I do things, I just don't really like to throw in my traumas and stuff like that because people are not going to care. And that's just the truth. They're not going to, which is very unfortunate, but sometimes trauma can play a big role into the way that you view things and the way that you move things, So, shout out to Miss Pat. She called out Big Tigger ass. So, but I still like Big Tigger though. Still like him. Wish to meet him one day. I used to love Rap City. Next topic is Tamar Braxton and Angela Stanton. Now, apparently, Angela Stanton was trolling the shit out of Miss Muppet. Okay, she was definitely trolling her, and anybody that trolls Miss Piggy is really my best friend. Okay, and I don't even like Angela Stanton like that, or at all, if you ask me. But apparently, it says conservative. That's another reason why I don't see it for her. Because, girl, you a Republican and you going up for Trump? Girl. Conservative commentator Angie Stanton posts a pic with Tamar's man, JR. Last night, I told you your man didn't need you. Okay, so she posted a picture and she said, hey, Tamar Braxton, remember when you told my child that he didn't need me? Well, last night I told your man that he didn't need you. And of course, he agreed. Wow. Oh, wow. That's wow. That's crazy. Now the first comment I see is from Travis Ware, and I ain't even gonna read his comment because the last time I said anything about anything that he said, he got all up in his feelings about it. But I guess we talked it out at the Boss Baby Wars and shit. But Scotty never forgets. You know, I don't forget. Let me look at the rest of the comments because I ain't finna say nothing about Travis in this comment. I'm gonna let him live. Someone says, Tamar, that man just playing up in your face. I thought Tommy was back, but Angela, he's scraping the bottom of the barrel, honey. Fighting over a white man during Juneteenth. Harriet is turning. Not, oh my God, not Harriet. Tamar, stop letting this unseasoned man embarrass you, because he is embarrassing her, and I really hate that. You know, I hate that he embarrasses her the way that he does. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was the post. But she said some other stuff. Her son, well, her trans daughter said, "Ma, why is you over there being messy for?" Okay, so she clarifies why she took the picture with Tamar's man or ex-man, whatever the hell he is to her. She went and did a video and clarified what she meant. So let's get into that, y'all.
What's up, everybody? I just wanted to come on here really quickly because I see that I've gone viral. I'm all over the place in regards to Junior, and I just want to say this. Yes, I did see Junior at an event last night for Young Jock, and he did speak. He actually had several things to say, and in fact, there were several women that he refused to take a picture with, but he was more than willing to take a picture with me. Now, if you look at the caption and you read the caption simply says what it says. It does not say that he and I are seeing each other or that we are any type of relationship. For those of you all that don't know, my preference is and has always been dark chocolate. I'll leave it at that. What's up, everybody? I just wanted to come on here.
So let's get into what he said. Now, he said, pulling the video from the event so we can put this one to bed. People will do anything for clicks. It's all cap. Okay. That's what he said. And then there go the picture right there. So what was the point of you doing that then? Your best bet would have just been, I was being messy. I wanted to be a petty mother because you told my child that they didn't need me, so I wanted to be messy and take a picture with your man to piss you off. That's why I did it. That's all you could have said. You know what I'm saying? Talking about, I don't want JR. I don't want JR. I don't want JR. Well, if you don't want JR, then don't be using him to troll no motherfucking body then. Because that's some corny ass stuff. And you got me defending Tamar ass. I don't even like her. Okay? Let's be clear. I don't like her. I don't like her. But I'm up here defending her because of your ass. That shit's stupid. Like, you had no point, no reason, no right to even be doing that. Like, what was you gonna get out of it is my question. You feel what I'm saying? Like, girl, what exactly were you gonna get out of doing that? Out of sitting up here playing with people the way that you are? Because that shit was just, that was some clown. Like, your name should be Bozo or Krusty. Because you a clown for doing it. That was a dusty ass attempt to be fucking messy. That's what that was. And it was unnecessary. It was unnecessary. Muppet is messy. I don't like Muppet at all. But if she wanted to sit up here and drag your ass through the mud, she really could, because that was some weak ass shit, Angela Stanton. Normally, I'd be here for anybody giving Tamar the business, but I can't necessarily be behind that one because that was just unnecessary. Unnecessary to the T, to be honest. And then, girl, you the same one that wrote a book about how dumb your ass was going to jail for Phaedra. Getting your ass into racketeering schemes and shit like that for the sake of Phaedra. Phaedra had you doing her dirty work and she left your ass in the dust, is what happened. You sitting up here trying to troll somebody. Girl, please enjoy your freedom and not JR. Because JR ain't even all that. I don't even know why everybody using JR to get at Tamar, because he ain't, if anything, Tamar need to let his ass go. But I don't care that much about Tamar, so I'm going to move on to the next story. Next story is Remy Ma and her son, who got a mug out of this world, honey. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get into this. Okay, so let's talk about it. So, stories developing. It says at the time it was developing. According to a report by Fox 5 New York, law enforcement says that Remy Ma's 23-year-old son, Jason Scott, has been charged with M. The story is still developing, but reporter Lisa Evers claims that Scott and another man were arrested and charged with first-degree M and 2 counts of weapon possession and reckless endangerment. The charges are in connection to the murder of 47-year-old Darius. They believe that it was a murder for hire plot. We will keep you updated. Okay, so that was the first report about it, and then the next one was from Remy Ma. Now, Jason Scott has been arrested on first-degree murder charges stemming from a shooting that killed a man in 2021. Now, in a statement to TMZ, Remy is speaking out on behalf of her son, and she's claiming his innocence. We stand by Jason's innocence and pray that the NYPD will conduct a complete and thorough investigation to reveal the truth. This is undoubtedly a difficult time for my family and me. While we sincerely appreciate the love and support we have received from all of you, we kindly ask for privacy as our legal team works to prove Jason's innocence. As his mother, I want to address this situation personally, but have been strongly advised by his legal counsel not to say anything, as most people in similar situations are informed by their attorneys, due to it being an active case. So that was Remy Ma speaking out on behalf of her son. She said that her son is innocent. Now, earlier today, Bando sent me this story while I was at work. And he said, "Have you talked about Remy Ma yet?" And I'm like, "No, I haven't." He sent me the comment section, and y'all listen. Y'all know I love me some Remy Ma, and I don't really like to make fun of nobody in these type of situations. But somebody in that damn chat said, "What kind of mother will leave a child for a stack?" Basically quoting Nicki Minaj lyrics. I could have died. Because not at the situation, but the fact that they was quoting those lyrics and I heard her voice in my head. That's the only reason why I could have died. Because I'm like, I cannot believe that. I already knew that the Barbs was going to come through and do that, which I don't think that that's necessary. Y'all ain't got to do that. But then somebody else in the comments in the current post that I'm looking at said the bullet don't fall far from the gun, I guess. And I'm just like, Lord have mercy. I hate that this is the situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, we really don't know what things he got into while Remy Ma was locked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, he probably found himself getting into a lot of stuff. Like, Remy was gone for 6 years. And I feel bad for Remy because she really ain't got no support in this comment section, like, at all. And, you know, people are dragging Remy and her son. And I just think that y'all ain't really got to talk about nobody's child. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all ain't got to do that. Like, y'all ain't got to talk about the son. Like, because the son really ain't got nothing to do with the beef that's going on with Nicki and Remy. Like, do they even have a beef at this point? They ain't said nothing about each other in quite some time now. So I don't know. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. Cause yeah, but it's kind of fucked up. And you know, of course, a parent is going to say that their child is innocent. You know, they're always gonna stand firm and be like, you guilty till you not innocent. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you're innocent till proven guilty. Like, that's what any parent, and honestly, I probably would be too. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully they do a thorough investigation. They figure out some things. I really hope that that young man didn't do that, because if he did, he just fucked up his whole life, and he got his whole life ahead of him. Like, I'm gonna tell y'all this because I've been seeing this for the last month. Where I'm from, it's been shooting after shooting, and it's from these young kids. ranging from the ages of 15 to probably 24. All they've been doing for the last month is shooting, pretending like they ain't gangs, just shooting. Like someone up in front did a shooting right in front of my house, like literally a month ago. Then my friend, she just lost her mom. She pulling up from work and somebody pulls out somebody right in front of her while she in her car. Like all of that going on. And I see it every day. It's not even safe to really go nowhere around here. You know, I normally walk these streets to go to Subway. It's right down the street. Walk these streets to go to the store. Walk these streets to get some exercise. I normally do all that. But these streets ain't safe at this point because all these young ass people doing all this shooting. And he's around that age group. And that's what a lot of them are doing. You know, back in my day, when we didn't like each other or we had an issue, we fought. Not to say that violence is any better, but we fought and moved on. Or if we saw each other again and wanted a rematch, we fought again. That's what we did. We never picked up no guns. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like a lot of these motherfucking young kids out here are nothing but ass. That's what they are. They think they real. They think they hard because they got guns and stuff like that. But I just feel like anytime I got to pick up a gun, they are pussy. Like, that's how I feel. That's how I feel. I always felt that way. And I'm gonna always feel like that. But and why are you being hired to do that to somebody anyway? Like, why are you hired to kill somebody anyway? Y'all supposed to have money. There shouldn't be no shortage of it for you to have to take a job like that to do. I mean, I'm just saying. It don't make sense to me. It's not realistic. It's not realistic. And then again, just like the Degree is Real just said, y'all be real hard and real gangster and real thug and stuff when you out here pulling out those guns, shooting people. But when you take your to jail, you are literally for somebody else. Okay, y'all don't know how to deal with that jail life. That's why I don't do anything to get myself put there, because I love men, but not the men in jail. And that's on period. So, no. Ain't nobody got time for that. For real. Grow up and stop doing that. That's how I feel about the situation. Okay? I just had to say that. I know they really didn't have nothing to say to nothing, but it is what it is. Catherine, this ain't about you. But, however, shout out to the 300 people that's in the chat. 300 plus people that's in the chat. Okay. Shout out to you guys. Okay. So let's move on to the next story. And the next story is Kenya Moore, who has been in a lot of conversation ever since her hair spa opening happened. And it's been so many different stories going around. B. Scott, who is one of her blogger friends, you know, one of the ones who normally put out the stories and they turn out to be real. He has some things to say about what Kenya allegedly did to Brittany Edie, right? And not only did he have something to say, but another somebody who was supposed to be on the Real Housewives of Atlanta this season, who tested, she also has some things to say about Kenya too. But we're going to start off with what B. Scott said about Kenya and what she did, and then we're going to give our commentary on that, and then we're going to move on to what Miss Tiffany Rose had to say about Kenya. Let's go ahead and get into it, y'all.
The quote unquote, nude photo scandal situation, all of that to me is just something that I don't want any part of. And it feels very like this is not Atlanta Housewives.
Yeah, what was your initial reaction when you first saw the headlines about what happened between Brittany and Kenya? And then also, what do you think of Kenya being suspended?
Oh, I think that, for me, I just thought it was very lowbrow. And I thought it was something that felt like it was definitely something that Kenya didn't need to do. I don't know to what level, to what extent it was done, but it was at a level that Bravo decided to suspend her. And I think you have also paint the context. Bravo is under, and NBC Universal is under a number of ongoing lawsuits that some of which are sexual in nature, and then the quote unquote, nude photo scandal situation. All of that to me is just something that I don't want any part of. And it feels very like this is not Atlanta Housewives.
Yeah. What was your initial reaction when you first saw the headlines about what happened between Britney and Kenya? And then also, what do you think of Kenya being suspended?
Oh, I think that, for me, I just thought it was very lowbrow. And I thought it was something that felt like it was definitely something that Kenya didn't need to do. I don't know to what level, to what extent it was done, but it was at a level that Bravo decided to suspend her. And I think you have also paint the context. Bravo is under, and NBC Universal is under a number of ongoing lawsuits that some of which are sexual in nature,
I didn't mean for that to play again. Sorry. But Catherine, girl. Anyway, but yeah, so that is what B. Scott had to say, right? Now, I see a lot of people in the comments kind of going in on B. Scott, right? They're going in on B. Scott. They mad at B. Scott. You know what I'm saying? They're telling B. Scott that he's a fake, he's a fraud, he's a phony. Why is he doing this? He turned on Kenya. He's speaking negatively about Kenya. Yada, 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 yada. They saying all that. But number one, if Kenya did that, he has every right to be disappointed. Let's not sit up here and act like that wasn't a bit much for her to post a picture with it on the girl's face at her event. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you mean? Number two, we really don't know what's going on. We don't know if Kenya is really suspended or not. We don't know. Bravo hasn't come out and said anything about nothing just yet. They ain't said nothing. So I just feel like until Bravo says something about it, then that's the only time we should talk about it. But really, we all are going over it with suspicions and speculations. That's all we really got. So we don't really know what's going on. I don't know what Kenya did, and I'm not gonna say that she did it because I don't fucking know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I do know that there was like a picture floating around that had Britney's picture up there with her penis next to her face and stuff like that. There was that, but I don't know how deep it was. I don't know how the severity of it was. I honestly don't know. And then they're up here saying that Three Peaches ain't filming. They were saying it was possibly Britt, Portia, and somebody else, but then we saw Britt filming the other day, and then not to mention I think Angela was filming the other day, and I think Shamia was too. So I don't know what's really going on, but I don't know what really happened, but I do think that something happened, and whatever happened, the execs are not pleased with that. That's all I can say. So the next thing in regards to Kenya, because there's a lot being said about Kenya right about now. Now, this is coming from a chick by the name of Tiffany Rose. Now, Tiffany Rose was supposed to be on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. She initially tested as a newbie for season 16. And one of the first people that broke that story was my boy, my friend, my little bro, House of Aaron. Shout out to him. If you haven't subscribed to his platform, be sure to do so. That's my boy. That's my boy. He was one of the first to actually break that story, put it out there. He even said that Tiffany left the show due to Kenya coming at her. Like he implied that Kenya ran the girl off the show. That's what he implied in one of his stories that he did. And so now the girl has come out and spoken on the situation. So she tagged Kenya and said, at Kenya, God don't like ugly, okay? So someone said, what's your beef with Kenya? Tell me tomorrow. And then she responded with, "Oh my God, I can't wait to tell you. She made a huge deal about me coming on the Housewives of Atlanta show. I was going to be one of the newest housewives. Then they wanted to pit my business against hers, and she made it a huge deal. Looked up my house information in Atlanta and started to stalk me. Her dress looks like assless chaps. To try and find out dirt on me, it's crazy. And now look, she's fired, and we have a new show coming." Okay, so I don't really know. Like I said, that girl was supposed to be on the show or whatever. I do remember them saying it. Like I said, House of Aaron was one of the first to say it. So I don't know what's going on right now, but like we all know, the whole situation is being investigated right now. It's being investigated. So we don't know what's really going on. And I don't think we really will know what's going on until Bravo puts this story out and puts all the rumors to rest. That's what I think. So what we are going to do now is move on to the very last topic of the night. We're going to leave this show with some happiness, and that is Nelly and Ashanti. Baby, 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 baby. Okay, Nelly and Ashanti. Now, we just found out about a day or so ago that they was engaged, and Ashanti did an interview where she talked about how Nelly proposed to her. Let's listen.
The proposal, were you emotional? Were you overjoyed?
It was just such a beautiful, intimate moment. We were not dressy.
What do you like PJs?
Yeah, I definitely had on like one of his t-shirts and his boxers. It was very like, I had absolutely no idea.
Oh, he completely shocked you?
Completely. I mean, I felt like it was gonna come soon. I didn't know when, right? And the way that it happened was just so funny. I'm sitting in the bed watching TV with boxers on. You know what I mean? It's not really sexy.
So it was just like an intimate moment, the two of you.
Yeah.
How did you celebrate?
I cried. I gave him the biggest hug and kiss ever. I FaceTimed everyone I know.
Yeah. Was mom in tears again?
Of course.
Yes.
Mom and dad and my sister we were all in the same city. So that worked out really, really cool. I was overjoyed and shocked and surprised and happy, kind of like all in one.
Beautiful. I know you have a lot on your plate.
Yeah.
You're obviously busy working as a recording artist, as a businesswoman. You've got a baby on the way.
Yeah.
Are you thinking about? Tell me about the proposal. Were you
Okay, so that was Ashanti talking about how Nelly proposed to her. So after we find out that they were engaged, later on today, we find out some more information in regards to Nelly and Ashanti. Okay, and this is what was stated, baby. They said that Nelly and Ashanti have been reportedly been married for 6 months now. So they've been married. They're just not telling y'all. So according to TMZ, Ashanti and Nelly have been married for 6 months now. The outlet obtained the couple's marriage certificate, which states that they got married on December the 27th, 2023. It's not clear what city they got married in, but it became official in St. Louis County. The couple hasn't had a public ceremony yet. It's pretty obvious that they are probably too busy planning to bring their little one in the world. We're so happy for them. Let's send them some love, okay? So I am so happy for them. I'm so happy for Nelly and Ashanti. Like, I am happy for them. Like, seriously, I'm happy for them. They've always been so cute together, and you know, sometimes when you spin the block, sometimes the next time is the charm. You know, it may not work the first time, but in the words of Allah, you dust yourself off and then you try again. And sometimes when you try again, it's the best thing you could have done. So I am happy for them. I'm really glad that they're in this happy space. I think they deserve it. You know what I mean? Like, I love seeing other people be happy and be in love and just being with the person that they love to be with and want to be with forever and a day. You know, that's probably the best feeling that one could have, like to smile all the time and just listen to a bunch of love songs and shit all the time, and just, you know, think about the future and think about the things that you want to do, and just be in your little happy space in this little bubble. Because we all know that outside your little bubble, there's a lot of people that may be looking for your downfall, looking for you to fail, but you got that one person on the side of you that's like in your ear or just making you happy, making you smile, doing all that. And if you look at Nelly and Ashanti, when you see them on pictures together and stuff like that, and how big they smiles are, you can tell that they are just happy to be with one another. Like they are just genuinely happy to be with one another. They're glad they made the decision that they made. You know, there are people that were like judging Ashanti when she got pregnant by Nelly, not even knowing that this girl been married this entire damn time. Before she even put it out there that she was pregnant, she been married. You know what I'm saying? So they look happy. You know, and I'm not even the type of person that be gushing over celebrity couples, because I don't care about that type of shit. I'll be like, dang, none of my man. The fuck I'm so happy for. But I don't know. It's something about them that I really, really enjoy seeing. Like, I enjoy seeing them together. I enjoy seeing them smile. I enjoy seeing them happy. Being happy is worth way more than, you know, anything else. Like, your happiness and your peace is the best thing to have. So shout out to Ashanti and Nelly. Shout out to their unborn child that's on the way. Oh, I think Irv Gotti is watching. Okay. Period. So, before I get up out of here, I'm going to tell y'all this. I had because y'all know I always want to close it out with words of encouragement, and this is what I'm gonna say. You also in this world is cold. It's never it's never really, you never really know what's gonna happen, and you never really know what faces are gonna turn green. You never really know. But one thing that I'm gonna say is that I've been saying it a lot lately, but I'm genuinely in my happy space. You know what I'm saying? So there's really nothing or no one that can take me out of that. Right? Nothing. Like, I just smile over the silliest things these days. Like, it's a good place to be. Like, it's great to be in a place where you're lighthearted and, you know, you're not too serious and you're not too deep and you're not too dark and you're not this, you're not that. You feel what I'm saying? So it's a great place to be. And sometimes when people see that you are happy and that you are in a peaceful place in life, they want to bring you bullshit. So my advice to those of you that's in their peaceful space, in their happy space, in their smiling phase, do not allow the actions of miserable ass people to come between you and the peace that you found for yourself and the peace that you have been seeking. Because there's nothing more priceless than having peace. And I'm going to tell y'all, I have been looking for my peace for a long time. I've been through a lot of things. I've lost a lot of people. I'm getting emotional. But I lost a lot of people that I really, really love, that I really care about. I've let go of people that I really loved and cared about. Like, all those things. Like, I've been looking for that peace of mind and looking for that happiness. And I got it. I got it. And I had so many things to look forward to, so many things to do, and all those things. So I'm telling you, I was talking to one of my friends today, and I told them, like, I've been getting emotional all day. And it's not because I'm sad, it's because I'm fucking happy. I never thought I'd be in this place, but I am. And like I said, it's not easy being here. You know, there are people, there are some things that would threaten their peace and their joy and things like that. But as Monica would say, I've been up against the ropes. Everything you're going through, I've been there before. I seen them all come and I seen them all go. You can bet your last that my head won't hit the floor. Never. I'm still standing. And no one can take this joy that I have. So if can't nobody take this joy that I got, don't allow nobody to take the joy that you have. And if you're still seeking your peace, continue to find that peace. Continue to seek it. Don't stop trying to seek it until you get it. Because when you get it, you're going to want to keep it. So with that being said, y'all, this is your boy Scotty by Nature TV. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share this video, and also click on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever a video drops. I'm going to tell you guys one last thing, and that will be it. I'm going to promote Bando's upcoming song that he's about to drop, and then that will be the end. Make sure you guys pick up Bando's new record that comes out on July the 1st. It's called Don't Sweat, and it features Alonda the Blonde. Okay, this is one of his most versatile records that he has put out so far. If you haven't listened to any of his other records, he has Numbers, he has Bando's Dream, he has DUI, he has Nasty, the Nasty remix, and he also just recently dropped Run It Back. Okay, if you haven't subscribed to his YouTube channel, please do. We want to get him to at least 600 subscribers by the end of the week. So make sure you guys subscribe to Bando's YouTube channel so we can get him to 600 subscribers and all those things. So shout out to him. I'm so excited about this song, and I'm so excited for you guys to hear it. And I'm out of here, you guys. I will talk to you guys later. The chasing panel is tomorrow. I'm gonna try to give you guys a video before the chasing panel. I'm not really sure, but I'm gonna try to. And I'm out of here, y'all. Until the next video, I'll talk to you guys a little bit later. Bye, y'all.